Hello and welcome to our early preschool tour for 2-year-olds. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ms. Cochran and I've been the center director here at the Primrose School of Clear Lake since 2018. I am so excited to tell you all about what makes our early preschool classroom special for energetic 2-year-olds. So to get started, let's take a look inside the classroom. We do have two identical early preschool classrooms. I will only be able to show you one of them today, but as we take a look, just keep in mind that the classrooms really are identical. They have all the same materials. They're just laid out a little different. So as you come inside and you take a look, the first thing that you see is that the restroom area is bigger. That's important because the 2-year-old classrooms are really where we see the majority of our potty training. Because it's a requirement to be potty trained by the time the children go to preschool, we spend a lot of time potty training in the early preschool classrooms. The sink area is bigger as well. That is largely because of the increased responsibility that children have for taking care of themselves. The centers are also a little more defined in this age group as well. That's a trend that does continue throughout the rest of the time the children are here with us. Children do become increasingly independent, more responsible for caring for themselves and their environment. And the way that they demonstrate and practice those skills is by playing independently in centers and cleaning up after themselves when they're done. Mm. So as we look throughout the classroom, we see our centers out. We see our art center, we see small group ready to go. They're about to have a wonder time. We see that their block center is out and their dramatic play center is out as well. So as we were saying, there is a lot of potty training that happens in this age group. There are 2 toilets available, and really it's set up so the teacher can supervise out through that window in the classroom right here while making sure that she is able to stay with the children that might need to sit on the toilet for a while. Let's talk a little about what we do to support learning in our early preschool classrooms. One of the biggest differences between the toddler and the early preschool classrooms is the increased emphasis on language development and weaning off of sign language. So as we support the children's language development, we start teaching them more about writing, more about reading, expanding their vocabulary. Here the children did an interactive writing lesson where those marks on the paper, the children wrote the answers to their questions themselves, and the teacher helped them transcribe it. We do continue with circle time as well. Now that the children are more verbal and now that we are focusing more on getting them to speak in more complex sentences, express more complex ideas, it's pretty common to see class discussions happen at circle time. It's very common for the teacher to introduce a concept and encourage each of the children to share their thoughts and listen to what their friends say as well. At the early preschool level, Wonder Time continues to be the primary way we deliver curriculum. We have Wonder Time 3 times a day. And the cool thing about Wonder Time is it's really designed with the 2-year-old in mind. The lessons are brief and powerful because we know 2-year-olds have short attention spans and lots of energy, so we need to capitalize on their learning while they can pay attention. In this example, my friend is doing an activity where he matches the shadow of something to the picture of something. This is a neat example for a lot of reasons because he is building vocabulary and schema around this term shadow, which is a language and literacy concept. But as he does that, He is sorting and comparing, making a discrimination between the shapes. Even manipulating the cards is an important fine motor skill. So while this lesson looks simple, a lot is going on, especially when you remember that his teacher is there talking to him the whole time he does this to continue to develop his language and literacy understanding. This is another neat example of wonder time in action. 2-year-olds are active, and most of them are kinesthetic learners, so as much as we can get their bodies moving to help them remember things, the better. In this example, they were learning about things they find in the sky and birds, and so my friend here is dancing like a bird as she listens to music that sounds like birds. This combines a lot of different disciplines. It's a music lesson because she's being encouraged to interact with the music, with the rhythm, with the pitch. It's a science lesson because she is imitating what she sees in the sky with birds. It's a language and literacy lesson as the teacher develops concepts related to birds and talks to her about her wings and flapping her wings and reminds her to listen to words like the rhythm of the music, the pitch of the music. It's also a social lesson because she is interacting with her friends as she completes this lesson. When the children are not with their teachers, they are in their learning centers. With the learning centers, we do take a little bit of a Montessori approach to learning in that learning is child initiated. The children are able to choose where they play and how they interact with the materials. Where the teachers come in is they create environments that encourage the children to interact with the materials in specific ways, and then go around and encourage children to follow up on that. Here in the Reading Center, my friend is reading about clouds, and you can see that the Reading Center is set up to encourage her to think about clouds as she looks at the In the Block Center, my friend is practicing fine motor control by using a scoop to put the blocks in the basket. In the Dramatic Play Center, my friend is taking care of a baby the same way her mom takes care of her as she gets ready for school every morning. While the centers look simple, most of the children's learning really does happen in centers. In all of our classrooms, we go outside twice a day, every day, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, weather permitting. While the children are outside there, we want to turn that into learning time too. Of course, we don't want to take away from the importance of having unstructured free play time, but we do play games with the children that encourage specific gross motor skill development. Here, my friend is practicing kicking a ball to her teacher. She thinks she's just playing a game, but we're specifically working on the skill of kicking. I also want to talk to you about our parent communication app, ProCare. ProCare is really neat because it is all in one. It allows you to see information about your child's day, it allows you to see billing information, and it even allows for two-way communication between you and your child's teacher. As a parent, when I open my ProCare app, what I see are the activities that my child has done most recently. Here, it looks like my kitty had a nap and had a photo taken. And then I can see that the teacher sent a note and that she did an activity with sensory play. I can also see that she had a bottle and drank 5 ounces earlier this morning as well. Something really cool about ProCare is that it is live, and parents do get real-time updates. So when you get an update, you get a push notification. You can see the ProCare icon up here in the corner. And when you look at that icon, it will tell you what happened. So I see that Zena took a nap. There is also two-way communication between you and the classroom teacher. If you have any questions or if the teacher needs to communicate something with you, you can send a message and the teachers are able to respond. When I receive an invoice, I get an alert at the top of my dashboard up here. It shows what I owe. From there, I can go to my transactions page and take a look at what I'm being charged for, make a payment. Thank you so much for joining me as I talk to you a little bit about our early preschool classrooms. Of course, if this is something that you're interested in, we would love to hear from you. Please reach out. We are always happy to answer questions, and we would love to set up a time where you can come and look at our classrooms in more detail. Of course, please remember that space is limited and we are already pre-registering. If this is something that you're interested in, I'd recommend reaching out soon because we would love to have your energetic 2-year-old here with us. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.